Hi students, how are you? Are you prepared for your examination? Okay, let us start the balance of our topic. The topic name is heredity and evolution. Heredity and evolution. In previous class, we have already discussed about heredity and we are studying about the genetics, the father of genetics, who is the father of genetics, and the invention of the genetical laws. The old laws are discussed in previous class. In this class, we are discussing about evolution in detail. But before that, we just recollecting the previous class previous class topics, and some of the main important points are heredity, variation, loss, monohybridization, dihybridization, phenotypic one, genotypic, etc. And in that class, we discussed the artificial hybridization. Mendel using this technique, artificial hybridization, for what purpose? He loves very much in the case of garden and plants, etc. And he started his experiment he used the typical plant, that is leguminous plant, garden pea plants, etc. Finally, he got a result. He put forward some losses, and finally, we are getting some idea about Mendel's experiments, Mendel's discoveries, etc. In that classes, we are discussing the character changing and the hereditable character changing. In previous classes, 9, 8, we are known about some changes of character. That means, in the case of asexual reproduction, in the case of asexual reproduction, the progenies, the childs, that they were exact copies of the parents. We know about it, exact copies of their parents. But in the case of sexual reproduction, the progenies, the child, the babies are not in identical ones. Some more difference are seen in that case of parents and progenies. But we know that child's parents, the connection of parents with the child, we know. But the external characters, the most of the 80% of external characters, the morphological characters, will not identify. So that is the first evolution we are studying. But that is not pure evolutionary definition. In this class, we are discussing evolution. And in that classes, we are discussed the character changes. And that classes, the characters, single characters, we take the own characters, the chromosomal characters, the tall, dwarf, round, wrinkled, rose, white, violet, Arial, terminal. These are the characteristic features of that plants, flowers, etc. He used, Mendel used the artificial hybridization method and put forward some laws: law of inheritance, law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. These are the laws prepared by Mendel. Okay, in that time, the single characters, that means the single character means a tells the chromosomes are capital T, the genes are TT. Okay, the ratios are 3:1 ratios. We get the 3:1 ratios. That is the monohybrid ratio. 3 the mother character and 1 is the parent character. But in the case of genotype, but in the case of genes, the number of genes, the name of the genes, the ratio is 1:2:1. The equal parts, the one is the genes are same material, and the last one that is the same, and the center two is different genes, different gametes. That means 1:2:1. The phenotypic ratios 1:2:1. Sorry, the genotype ratio. The number of genes. So the same chromosomes present in one. That means capital T. These are equal. Is commonly known as the homozygous. And the next is small t. These are equal. Same letter. That is also a homozygous. But in the case of capital T and small t, this is different letters. So that is the capital T, small t, that is a different letter, that is a heterozygous one. Yes, these points were already discussed. But in this class, we are discussing two contrasting characters. When the two contrasting characters are connecting with artificially hybridized with each other, but no characters will not rejoin each other. The characters will seen in separate form. That means tall plant with white flower. That means capital T, capital W, white flower. Capital T, capital W. That means tall plant and white flower. The two contrasting characters will not join together. That is an important point. So the two contrasting characters were artificially hybridized. The ratios are the dihybrid ratios. The dihybrid ratios are the 9:3:3:1. That is the ratio. 9:3:3:1. The genotypic ratios, the 9:3:3:1, that is also a phenotype ratio also. And the genotype ratios, look, 1:2:4:1:2:1:2:1. We already discussed about that phenotype and genotype ratios. And then in the case of human beings, that is sex determination. That is the main next point, that is the sex determination. Sex determination. But before, we are knowing about some words. These are the chromosome. First one is the chromosome. Chromosomes. The chromosomes are present within the nucleus. Chromosomes are present within the nucleus. That chromosomes are seen in the thread-like structures. That is known as the chromatin reticulum. The chromatin reticulum, we are pointing out, we are details studying about chromatin reticulum. The simplest form is the chromosomes. The structure of chromosome is, look at, this is the structure of chromosomes. This is the chromatids, centrosomes, centromere, and that is present within the nucleus of the cell, chromosomes. And structure is the different type of chromosomes are different type. In this topic we are not studying about that types of chromosomes, but the shapes of, based on the shapes, the chromosomes were classified as 2, 3, 4, etc. Telocentric, metacentric, acrocentric, etc. That means the shape and size of this thread-like structure, that is the chromatids, the shape and structure of the chromatid. Based on the shape and structure of the chromatid, the chromosomes were classified as more than more types. That is the first one. The first point is the chromosome. For the studying sex determination, we are knowing about, mustly, surely, we are knowing about these terms. The first one is the chromosome. These are the thread-like structures. Points 1 that present within the nucleus. These are present within the nucleus. This is the chromosomes. And second one is DNA. DNA. We are observing the chromosomes. We can see again and again, we can zoom in the chromosome. We can see a double helix, ladder-like, round ladder-like structure. The simplest form, the founding form, that is the DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is the deoxyribonucleic acid. Look, deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the DNA. Yes, we are already, you were already studied about DNA in previous classes 9, 8, etc. So we are not point out this DNA in detail, but the structure of DNA, don't forget the structure of DNA in any way, because the speciality of the structure that is present in the DNA. So the double ladder, round ladder like structure, double stranded structure, the strand, the DNA strand is formed by sugar and phosphate molecules. The strands, the two sides of the strand, the two sides of the handle of the ladder, two sides of the strands, the strands are made with the sugar and phosphorus molecules. That sugar are the pentose sugar. Sugar are the pentose sugar. And in between two strands, the sugar phosphorus strand is one side and the other side, that is the sugar phosphorus side. The structure, that strands are moving in opposite direction. That means one strand is moving at the upward direction and the second strand, the other strands, the moving in the downward direction. So there is not moving, but in the case of, look at that, the moving pointing. That means one is the upward direction and the other is the downward direction. That means one is the 3' to 5' direction and the other is the 5' to 3' direction. That is the structure of DNA. And in connection between two strands, that connecting part is used with nitrogen bases. That connection parts were used with nitrogen bases. What are the nitrogen bases? The nitrogen bases are adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. These are the nitrogenous base material. Nitrogenous material. And in the case of RNA, RNA means ribonucleic acid. RNA have not in the case of double stranded, the single stranded nucleic acid, and in the case of nitrogenous bases, thymine is replaced by the uracil. So within the nucleic acid, there are 5 types of nitrogenous bases are here: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and the uracil. Uracil is the 5th one. And in the case of DNA, the nitrogenous are adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. But in the case of RNA, thymine is replaced by the uracil. That means adenine, guanine, uracil, cytosine. These are the present in the RNA structure. Okay, this is the second point that we are we are studying about the sex determination in human beings. Sex determination in human beings. And firstly, we are knowing about some words. The first one is the chromosome and the second one is the DNA. And the third one, that is the gene. Gene. This is the smallest particle. We can't see the detailed structure, the outermost structure of this particle. The gene is present within the DNA. That means the founder content of DNA is also, the base content of DNA is genes. The genes are small part of this DNA. Genes are the small part of the DNA. What is the use of DNA? We are knowing about a parental characters is transferred to one generation to other generation, another generation, next generation, due to the presence of gene. Because the parents, the mother and father, their male haploid cells have chromosome, have DNA, have gene. And the mother have chromosome, DNA and gene. And two type of cells are rejoined. And the next generation is developed. That generation will have this particle, that is gene. So the characters, the transfer of the character, that is the gene, due to the presence of gene. So that is the heredity, the hereditable material, that is the gene. So this is otherwise known as the hereditary material. Okay, the next point is contrasting characters. Next point is the contrasting character. Contrasting characters. Contrasting characters means visible character. This means visible character. Contrasting characters means visible characters. We can see the characteristic. In the case of skin color, look into me and look around the crowds, the peoples. We are just watching. So we are just observing the observing the persons, other families persons, other crowded persons. We can see various skin colored persons are there. Some of them are white in color, some of them are medium white, some of intermediate color, and some ones are the black color, and some ones are dark black skin colored persons. That these characters were visible. So this visible character is known as the contrasting characters. Visible characters is known as the contrasting characters. The point is the contrasting characters. And then next point is the dominant character. Next point is the dominant character. That is dominant character. The dominant character means, according to the law of dominance, from two characters were artificially hybridized. The hybridization takes place in the case of two various characters. One character is expressed character and the other character is the suppressed one. That means one character is dominating the other. So we can see one character, single character. That's the visible character. That visible characters is the contrasting characters, single characters. So the dominant character means the visible character. That is the dominant character. Visible characters, dominant character. And the second is the recessive character or recessive trait. Recessive character or recessive trait. That means the opposite side of the dominant, the suppressed character. That is the recessive trait, suppressed characters. Okay, and we are already say that the homozygous and heterozygous. Homozygous means both genes are the same type. Example, capital letter T, capital letter T, and the small t. These are the homozygous. That means the genes are in this type of same type. Genes are same type. Capital T and small t, same type. But in the case of capital T, small t, this is the heterozygous. Genes are not, that means they were different character. Capital T and small t. Okay. And then in the case of some animals reproduced based on the climatic conditions. The temperature is the essential factor for the reproductions. But in the case of human beings, sex of individual is determined gradually. The sex in human beings, the sex of individual is determines genetically. We can assume the character of the next generation. That's the main point. And in the case of chromosomes, that is the detailed structure of sex determination. The main point is the chromosome. In the case of chromosome, have you noticed about how many chromosomes within the human beings? How many chromosomes within the human beings? Yes, that is 23 pair of hormones are here. 23 pair. 23 pairs of chromosomes are in human beings. 23 pairs. Okay, 23 pairs. But in the case of all chromosomes were not paired. All chromosomes is not paired. That means two type of chromosomes here. 22 pair plus 1 pair. 22 pair plus 1 pair. The 22 pairs are known as the allosomes. Pairs are known as the allosomes, and one pair is known as the autosomes. Autosomes is otherwise known as the sex chromosomes. One is known as the allosomes and the autosomes or sex chromosomes. These are the chromosomes in human being. Chromosomes in human being. Yes. We are discussing about this one pair of sex chromosomes. We are discussing about one pair of sex chromosomes. One pair of sex chromosomes. That means the pair is within the female. The pair of chromosomes are XX. In the female, the pair of chromosomes are XX. But in the case of male, the chromosomes are XY. The chromosomes are XY. Okay. Sex of the baby. That means male or female. Determination of male or female. Sex in the baby will depending to the fertilization. There are two possibilities are here. And then one is the male and other is the female. Look, just crossing over with. The first one is the male and female. Male and female. Male is the XY and female is the XX. Okay. This is known as the sperm. And this is known as the ovum. Sperm and ovum. Then fertilize each other. The gametes X, Y and X, X. Then crossing over with each other X, 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 X. And then Y, X, X, Y. Okay. This is the chance. The 50% of female and 50% of male. This is the sex determinations. That is the main point of the heredity. That's the main point of the heredity. Now we can discussing about again these main points. In the class we are discussing about the chromosomes, DNA, genes, and then contrasting characters, dominant character, recessive character, homozygous, heterozygous, and also some parents the chromosomes in the human beings. Students, we are knowing about chromosomes at this time because we are discussing about chromosomes. Can you find some more chromosome numbers of other animals except human beings? Other animals. Plants have chromosome number and animals also have chromosome number. Can you find it? Yes, you can find it. You can find that way. Your findings, the chromosome numbers of the organisms. You just draw a chart and the name of the organisms and the number of the chromosomes. You just noticed it. Okay. You just noticed it. Okay. Yes. And we are discussing about the sex determination. And the sex determination, the two possibilities, the chances are the first fertilize, the sperms and ovum fertilize each other. The 50-50 chances are 50% of female and 50% of males are here. This is the sex determination. You know the sex determination because the sex determination before the birth, that means within the fetus, within the uterus, we are anxious about that is boy or girl. In previous years ago, we can knowing about that is she or he. That means that baby is male or female. But in this time, because of this social nuisance, the not awareing about the human equality, some of the uneducated, the cultureless persons were determined this, where they were using this technique. If that fetus, that progeny, that is female, if that is female, they were asking the doctor, just kill it. Just kill it. That is very cultureless. That is very, that is not a unique person somewhere. So, in this time, this sex determination within the uterus, that is, we are knowing about the male or female, that is in the fetus, that is in the uterus. That is banned by law, by the government. Government is banned by the law. So the sex determination, in the case of this knowing about the male and female, that is banned. Okay. Next, in this class, next we are discussing about very important part, that is evolution. That is evolution. In this topic, we are discussing about acquired and inherited trait speciation. Acquired and inherited trait speciation. And then evolution and classification. We are discussing about evolution by stages, human evolution, and then the sequence of gradual changes, variations that result in the formation of new species. These are the main topics of this evolution. So, the main topics of the evolutions are acquired and inherited trait speciation. Acquired and inherited trait speciation. And then second one is the evolution and the classification. and the evolution by stages, and the third one is the human evolution, and then next is the sequence of changes of irreversible change, sequence of changes of gradual and irreversible changes, and then variations that result in formation of new species. That means variation. The variation means the resulting in the formation of new species. That is the variation. Okay, these are the main topics. Okay, and then some of the examples of the variation takes place here, evolution takes place here, and then in the case of, in this text we are discussing about some beatless organisms, the smallest organism, red beetles. In the case of situation 1, the two type of situations are here. In the case of situation 1, the color, the group of red beetles, color variation arises during reproduction. Color variation arises during reproduction. That means some of the red beetles reproduce the younger ones, but the red beetles were reproduced the younger ones, but the color is very entirely different in the case of these red beetles. Okay, that means all the beetles are red in color and one is the green. Most of the beetles are red in color and one is green. That exceptional one material is one. Okay, then look at this. One is green. And two type of situations they are forming towards the variation. The first one is, the one is green and the others are red. Red beetles and others are the single one, that is the green. Okay. So that means a group of red color beetles are here and one is the green. That will present in the green field. On the green field, the cross were shown that red beetles only, cross. But the color of the beetles, that means the green beetles and the green grass, the colors are same, but cross is not same that green beetles. So the cross were eating the red beetles also. So the number of red beetles is decreased at that time. But in the case of green, the number is not increased. But in number is not increased one. So at that time, the crows were eating these red beetles, etc. Number of beetles were reduced. Number of beetles were reduced. The red beetles were reduced. So at that area, the number of one species population is reduced. One species population is reduced. That is the main point of the variation. This is the just one variation method. Okay, and then we have discussed the color. The color. If the color is green of that all the beetles. All the beetles have green in color. But the number of these species will not reduce because the color of these beetles and the green grass are the same. Okay, at that time the number of red beetles are decreases. The number of the species are decreases. But in the case of green, the green were reproduced. The number of green beetles are increased. That means the new generation is formed. The new generation is formed. Okay. And that is evolution takes place, the variation evolution takes place here. That means in that area, this is the situation number one. Situation number one. We can study in another classes. When we are studying in details in another classes. That means the number of evolutions are studied. So in this class, I just winding this class, and you must read your textbooks, and if I just find your own questions from your textbooks and write in your notebook and answer it, learning very well, and keep safe and stay safe at your home and learning very well and prepare for your examination. And thank you for cooperating with me, and till bye, see you next time.